I just been through a divorce. My brother just died. My sister-in-law just died. I just moved to a new place. I've been homeless, carless, relapsed just recently, and now I'm going to jail just because I don't have $989. When you lose 5 years or 4 months, you can't never get that back. Time's the one thing you can't get back.
For at least the first 30 minutes, I couldn't even look at my son. They had to quickly get IVs in him, get pumps in him, get tubes in him.
His trachea was being flooded with bile from his liver. His lungs were filling with the bile, and they couldn't do anything.
And they would look at you and be like, honestly, we don't know. This is all experimental. We don't know whether he's gonna live to see the next minute.
Every one of the babies that they had done the procedure on had passed away.
I'm proud of the family over there, Victoria. I love her. She makes me madder than hell sometimes. And she gets madder than hell at me, but like I think down deep she's a good girl and she's definitely beautiful, and I think she loves the baby, and I hope that her and James works it out. I would like to see that. I am James Anthony Duncan. Everybody calls me Tony. I'm fixing to have to do 120 days over some child support issues. Well, this child right here, I think is my child. The child was adopted. Well, through Kentucky, when they contacted me, they say to me, hey, look, this child's in a good place. You obviously can't help him right now. If you sign these papers, he will be taken care of. Here's pictures of him. And any debt or financial responsibility you have no longer. They falsified to me any of the financial responsibilities. I still have to pay that. It was like they lied to me or tricked me or whatever to get me to sign the papers, which to me that nullifies the whole contract. And that's what I'm more or less trying to go up there and get straightened out. I guess May 10th, Tuesday is gonna be an important day in my life. This has been my little spot over here for the last couple of days while I was doing some of my work.
It's a spot, yeah.
I owned a custom shop in Pikeville, Kentucky for the last 2.5 years till I got separated. I worked on cars from 30s, 40s, 60s, 70s, all the way up to modern day, Escalades, Hummers, etc. I did a restaurant here called Zaxby's. They really interested in some of my work. I came up with an invention for them to help prolong their seats. The invention is called a barrier cover. It helps like go over their seating so that it wears out instead of your actual seating. And when you get it to replace it, it costs you half as much as it would to replace the whole thing. On May 10th, he was wanting to carry all that stuff up there to show it to the actual Zaxby's Corporation to get me a contract with them. They say my product's better than the product that they've been buying from them. It's also cheaper, and the guy who was selling the product before won Best Product of the Year. Here's the trouble with this. May 10th is also the same day I have to be at court. And I don't know, I'm kind of in a bind. I don't know whether to go ahead and make them up the samples and give it to them and look like an idiot if I go to jail that day, or just let it slide by me in my life, because I guess that's what I'm gonna have to do. This is the first place that me and my son came back in the winter. As a father and son, we sat down here and smoked a cigarette together. And the other day I was sitting on this thing and it brought tears to my eyes just to think, hey man, I got a memory with my son. If I had somebody like a family member with me like to help me, no, don't do that, you know, or Dad, you're doing wrong, it might help me not to do it. I don't think that I would.
Say, I know you ain't played with the monkey set in a while. I just put batteries back into it.
I think it was June of last year, June of 2010, we got to come home for good until he has his next surgery, which is the Fontan. We found out when I was 20 weeks pregnant that during an ultrasound, his heart had not formed properly in my womb.
Is this gonna be your chore when you're about 6?
They said that there was this experimental surgery that they were thinking he might be a good candidate for since he was so small and he had such issues already, but that they didn't want to take that route because there was no survivors. And then, unfortunately, he had his fistula and he had necrotizing enterocolitis, which is where your intestines has air bubbles. And then they told us about this experimental surgery, and they said that that was our only option. And we knew that we had come this far, and we just, if that was the only option that we had, then, you know, we were going to take it.
This tattoo over here says Daddy, and not for the reasons of being a father, but like they call me Daddy because like there was this song a while back, and it was like, in part of it, it said, "Come here and let Daddy show you what it's like." And I was single and stuff, and like a lot of girls call me Daddy because they were usually younger than I am. and I liked it. Instead of calling me Big Papa, they called me Daddy. This one right here, the guy was on acid while giving me the tattoo. It's actually two tattoos together. The first one, the star in the middle, I went to a Motley Crue concert when I was about 17, and I got really wasted and woke up and this girl was putting the tattoo on my back, and I didn't even know what she was putting. Then I seen what it was. Well, like years later, I had like a whole bunch of cocaine, and I was at this house, and this guy was like wanting some of it, so he was like, "I'll put a tattoo on you if you give me some." So like I gave him a 16th, and when he gave him the 16th and he started, he was like, "Dude, I'm on acid." And I was like, "Well, go ahead." Show, let it show, let it show, let it show. I feel better. Are you filming all that? This is Joe Kearney. I consider him one of my best friends here, right here at State. Well-rounded, well-cultured, a lot of knowledge. Be surprised he's a ladies' man, also known as the Dragon. He's helped me a lot, critiques me a lot, man. He's just cheered me up day by day. This man's fed me everything, you know, just sheltered, helped me a lot.
That's not a bite. That's not a bite.
You just want to bite?
That's a taste.
If I can get him up there for you. My grandfather, they think, shot my grandmother while she was asleep, and my dad was in the bed with him. Because of that, they took him from my grandfather or whatever, and he never had no education or nothing. He couldn't find housing, he couldn't find employment, he did not know how to set up for disability, he did not know none of that. He slept in his car or worked wherever he could. So like, that's the father that I met. What I got for my birthday one time was a pack of pool tips that just screw on there. That's the one thing I got my entire life for my birthday from my father. That's it, you know? And I was happy to get that. I still remember it. I cherish that now. I mean, a lot of people gave me a lot of stuff, but I cherish those little things because it came from my father.
This little thing is his favorite, actually. I know every word to every... Oh, I didn't mean to turn it on. Yeah, so this is where we play, try and get everything at least just scooped to the edge of the house so no one trips on anything. Hold on, sorry, someone's coming in. Hello, this is Tony, like you probably already met.
Oh, she was tired. I want to thank Joel a lot. I want to tell my son I love them, and even Vicky D, who's like, I like her better when she's drinking, but like, she's pretty cool when she ain't. But Anthony, I love, and I didn't get, the one thing that I regret is I didn't get to see my son. She has to get meds. But like, I just want to thank everybody for helping me. That's it. That's all I got to say, dude.
As long as Tony is doing well in his life and on the right track, I don't have a problem with him being around James. He seems to want to get his stuff together. As long as he's a positive influence on his son, that's all I really, care about.
Now listen, if my dude comes over and we get busy, that thing's definitely going off.
I mean,
Ain't it, Joe?
Like,
Yeah, we can't do that.
Do it.
We're not gonna say.
Yo, Tony, this for you. Pick out, please. Answer it. Answer it. Answer it.
Hello? No, this is Tony, Carson. He ain't answering. That's bullshit.
Man, you said goodbye, like, as soon as he gets something to eat first, but she
Oh, okay.
goodbye. But,
Okay.
what time is it now, Tony?
It's 10 o'clock.
There, man.
Have y'all heard from Wise yet?
He might be out there, okay?
Huh.
I just put up, maybe him.
Okay. I was just trying to find out too, because he seems to be running behind, dude. But he'll come through. If I hear from him, I'll holler at you. Good morning. You don't got my ain't hooked up?
We'd have to turn that on to get any sound.
Been sitting up with Tony tonight. I hope everything works out for the best. You know, love the guy. He's a good guy. And, yeah, I'm about tired as hell.
You can't think, hey man, I'm only hurting myself. Because like if you get older and you have children, you're not just hurting yourself, you're hurting them because you can't help them along in life to make it easier on them. And see, I didn't realize that. And now that I'm older, I do realize like that, and I feel like an idiot at myself, you know? That's one thing that I'm not happy with myself. And like, I'm getting older, I fucked up a lot of opportunities, and now I feel like I've hurt my child, you know? And I want to get all this straightened out. Now I'm having to go here and go through this crap again. So like it's a domino effect throughout your life. The best thing to do is not try to get caught up in dumb crap to begin with. Seeing my grandbaby is like one of the most awesome experiences in the whole wide world. To see a newborn child, like not the next generation down from you, but the next generation. I do not want to live in McDowell County no more. There's nothing there. It's been dead for years. I mean, I don't know what the problem is with that town. There's no economics. I mean, it's just, there's nothing there. You can't prosper there, or I can.
Hey, booger.
This is what we call a screaming baby.
This is where the incision site is for the 2 open heart surgeries. Ready? Mommy need to get you a towel. You want to hold the bubbles for Mommy? Bubbles, yeah. Here, you sit right here. You want a bubble? A bubble.
Mostly mine and like little James JD3, our like relation, and her relation is way different. I'm kind of the playful, like, just feel free and forget about that stuff, and she's like time and mannerly, like, this is how it goes. Yes, you still have this. You got, no, that's fine. I mean, it should be kind of deep because he's not
I know,
gonna.
but he laid in it and it was covering his face. And if he wants to lay down,
But that's how he's swing.
No!
I never really saw that he was a poor father besides his drug addiction. But I mean, I guess in our society, that's one of the classifications of a poor person, is a drug habit. And I'll give it to him, man. Some drug habits I don't think make you a poor person, but his, unfortunately, that's just an addiction that nobody can beat.
I guess I was 33, 34, and I started doing really hard. I remember the first time that it was ever done to me, I resisted it because like when I was 17, I didn't even want to get blood taken out of me and showed my hind end. But I was always had a fear of needles. But like I was at this house and these people decided all of a sudden they were going to quit smoking because it takes too much. And they could get a lot more intense high off a lot lesser amount, which make it last longer off of doing it intravenously. The lady that hit me is now dead. She died of kidney failure. There was so many marks or what do you call those things? Tracks on her entire body. Her breasts, her stomach, her thighs, her hips, her toes, her vagina, everywhere. This woman did, if there was a blood vessel there, then if it wasn't busted, then that's where she tried to do intravenously. Got hooked on that for 2-3 years really bad, threw my life into all hell because I got to the point, hey man, I'm ready, I'm going to do whatever it takes to get this drug, you know what I'm saying to you? Not, I mean, thank God, not no sexual shit, but like, if I had to break in somewhere or whatever, that's what I did, you know? That part of me I hated because like it made me into something that I'm not normally. Like if I wasn't on cocaine or intravenously or something like that, I'm not normally walking around trying to break into something or steal anything. Keep going straight that way and go around the curve that way. Yeah, I kind of feel really nervous.
You feel nervous right now?
Yep, like crazy.
Is it working? We're at the bottom steps, getting ready to go into the courthouse. I have like 10 minutes and really nervous, hoping to get this thing done. I appreciate everybody over there at State. Appreciate my friend Tyler and Stephanie for bringing me up here. And I don't know if they're gonna hang around to see what the result is, but like, wish me luck, guys. Here I go. Like, I'm fixing to go in there. Yeah. Shocked today. I'm in awe right now because I was expecting probably to go to jail today. Turned out to be a really good day. They're going to appoint me a lawyer, actually. This is the first time I've actually got to talk to these people, and there's some discrepancies there. I want to get that worked out. If I owe some money, I need to be able to pay it. They're giving me a month to get back over here, so like I really have a great potential right now. I guess I better get on the ball and try to get some work together. But now the next step is everybody thought I was leaving, and like now, and now I don't know what to do.
James, you want some potatoes? Tony's a little bit more a personality than he is, so it's just funny to see how even though you don't grow up around someone, genetics still play a huge factor. Usually it's not the judge that doesn't show up, just the story behind it is kind of funny. Usually it's like a DA that doesn't show up or a lawyer or something.
It doesn't really make a difference to me because both of them I could talk a lot about. I forgot that was even the last time. Like I always had that memory in my head, but it never like clicked that was the last time I saw him up until now. Like I didn't even think of it like that. I was just like, this is a good memory.
Behind me is a garage I used to be proprietor of. Seeing my children go away from me and like not realizing that I was gonna be separated from them for what, 11 years or better. I never knew that was gonna happen that day, and my life went all to hell because of it. I'm so happy to be able to come back here, see that, and smile today instead of being sad I can't find my son, because like he's back in my life again, and I want to keep it that way.
Being all crazy, little kids are running around and we're like kind of getting in his way, so it's just like, you know, go play outside the garage. And while we did that, man, I came across this rusted ass, like it was busted as hell, man. Probably had 2 flat tires if they all weren't flat, and like it was old. And it was a little go-kart. And I was just like, oh, Dad, fix this go-kart. Seriously comes over there like 3 twists and turns and the thing's running. So we got on that, man, and he grabbed that thing. It was just me, my brother, because my brother's smaller. He's tight in the middle, me on the outside and Dad driving. And we just rode around until my mom came back on that thing. And we were flying, kicking up every rock around every turn. For me, that was the end. Like, we were gone after that. It was all over. But apparently he did find us out, but Mom, like, snuck off again, and he, trying to find us, did a lot of stuff he probably shouldn't have.
I've seen several men lose their families, homes, houses, jobs, etc. Me, I've done it like 3 times. 3 times.
Damn, are you trying to warn me that you're gonna do that now? Don't come here and fuck that shit up.
No,
and lose your family.
I've done it 3 times.
I know.
Yeah, I ain't trying to screw up nothing, dude.
Right.
If I was, I would have sure as heck would have stayed up there.
I know you're not trying, but are you telling me it's gonna happen whether you're trying or not?
No,
I was gonna say.
And honestly, I solely believe if Shelly would have kept her composure, not freaked out on me.
Saying that shit
because
earlier,
guys,
man.
I had 2.5 years under me with not even a joint, not 1 drink of beer, and I didn't even cheat, guys. I didn't even like slip out, smoke a joint. I mean, I got quit cold turkey.
The reason I'm telling you to stay away is because I was stupid enough to try it and learn the hard way that it is not good. It is not the way you should live life and not the route you need to take. You're working with half a heart, man. Like, don't even take the chance of a regular person, you know? It's crazy having a kid. It's something like, up until him, I felt like I'd experienced everything in life anyway. Like, I felt like I'd done it all and seen it all. But having him, shit, I ain't seen nothing. I haven't done a dang thing. And like, it's a whole new world, you know?
They told me that his health was like crazy, or they might not even live. Man, I went to praying like I don't know what.
He has to get chest x-rays every day, CAT scans. We saw one bill that was $200,000.
Like, most of the bills they don't even send to us, which is awesome because they know that we're not really going to do much shit with it because we can't afford it.
You laugh about it. I mean, it is kind of like a heavy weight in the way back of your mind, but your first concern is making sure your child is okay and where they need to be. And I want to work actually in pediatric intensive care. It's made me want to, seeing, you know, how well the nurses have worked with my child. I just want to make sure that, you know, I can give back and do the same thing.
Door shut.
Good job.
I'll see you over there. Yeah. I'll see you guys. Bye, guys. See you, Tony.
Say bye-bye.
Are you trying to blow your kisses, sir?
So let's close the door. Yeah. You want to close it for me? Thank you.
Get out of here.